In this video, I want to talk about purchasing or acquiring your ingredients to assemble your raw dog food and some things around that. So I've got some notes here on my phone, so I'm going to be referring that when I look down. I'm going to be make sure I access my notes to go through in this video. But I've also got these notes down below as well, so we'll summarize this video so you don't have to keep reviewing that. Okay, this is what we do to acquire ingredients for our raw dog food. The first thing is, and I would say sort of at the top level, is you want to try and get the best quality meats you can, because meat comprises the majority of the ingredients in your raw dog food. So we happen to buy grass-fed, 100% grass-fed beefs directly from ranchers. And we initially sourced, found out about ranchers from a website called eatwild.com. Great site. It narrows down by state where you can find a listing of ranchers in your area or in your state where you can purchase directly from. And you know, there's a lot of different kinds of ranches. These are small ranches, a lot of them that we purchase from, very high quality, really take care of their animals, take care of their land, and you can get any variety of beef you want, from your standard cows to emus to yaks to any kinds of porks. So there's a whole variety of meats that you can get. You can buy, at least from this website, different ranches, you can buy different quantities from quarter beefs, half beef to full beefs. We buy many full beefs a year, not just for our dog food, but also because we produce treats that we sell. So I would check that website. It's a great resource. You'll be able to find a lot there. You might also want to ask, if you don't find what you're looking for in the website, or alternatively, I would also maybe look online to some local dog discussion groups, if you're aware of them. Ask your veterinarian. In a later video, we'll discuss, assistance with your vet and your raw dog food. We use a holistic veterinarian, so they might know sources as well. Traditional veterinarians probably won't, so I would say a holistic veterinarian might know sources as well. If you adopted your dog from a rescue organization, they may know as well. So there's probably different ways for you to find out local sources for acquiring raw meats for your dogs. If you live in Colorado, in the Fort Collins to Colorado Springs area, contact us. We'd be happy to give you our source, our rancher that we purchase from. One of our ranchers where we purchase most of our dog food from, the meats for our dog food, that's all he does. He just does grass-fed raw meats for dog food for people like us, and we'd be happy to give you his name and number. Now, in terms of purchasing, if you purchase direct from ranchers, generally you can purchase in bulk for savings. So if you're looking to purchase high quality meats from retail, that's going to be quite a bit more expensive, but generally you can find really good pricing when you go direct to the rancher. But the alternative is that you generally have to buy larger amounts, so you may certainly need to have extra freezer storage space. If you can buy it, we'd recommend that. That makes the most sense. You might, if you don't have extra freezer storage space, you might be able to actually rent some. We've done that just again because we sell our treats and we tend to do a lot more volume. We also rent space from our processor. So our rancher sends the meats to be processed at a local processor. They've got extra freezer storage space, so we actually rent from them. So you might want to check into that. If you buy meats in bulk from a rancher, they're going to use a processor, and that processor might have extra freezer storage space for you. Okay, in terms of purchasing fruits and vegetables, we grow some of ours, and we're scaling that up as time goes on. So a lot of it right now is we grow in the summer, and then we tend to freeze a lot that we have. But so that's probably the best source. But alternatively, is we do a lot of purchasing from our local natural supermarket, where they just have full 100% organic, mostly local if they can find it, it's in season. So that's, if we don't grow it ourselves, then we purchase from our local grocer. And then the way that I do it is that, as I mentioned in the spreadsheet tool, I've already kind of memorized in my head the exact amounts that I need to put my raw dog food together. And since we do it about once a month, every 4 to 6 weeks, I know that I shoot for 100, 110 pounds in total, which is about 60 pounds of meats, 15 pounds of organs, 15 pounds of vegetables, and another 5 of fruit. So that's 60, 30. So yeah, that works out. When you add the eggs, it adds up to 100, 110 pounds. So I kind of keep those mental numbers in my head. That works for me. Whatever process you use and whatever you get in sync with, how often you do it, you'll probably also come up with numbers that works for you. So I know that when I need to put my fruits and vegetables together, it's 15 pounds of vegetables. So what I don't have frozen here, let's say I've only got 5 pounds of, squashes that I have frozen. So I'll pull those out, but then I want to use another 10 pounds of some other variety that I'll get in the store. So the next time I go food shopping, I'll just buy 10 pounds of vegetables for the dog food. So that's the way I do it. Or if through the course of the month, I might buy extra, and then so I'll go to the store, buy a little extra that we put aside for the dogs, and then I will grind it up and then put it in the freezer. So that's really kind of a system I worked in for myself that you might be able to employ the same thing. The last thing is whatever ingredients that you purchase, make sure you enter them into the spreadsheet tool, because that's the brains of the operation. That will kind of keep you straight on how much you need of those ingredients. So if you go to the store or you order meats, make sure you put them in. If you don't put them in, then on the day of assembly, you're going to want to make sure that you weigh things. Normally I put them in the spreadsheet, but then on the day of assembly, I will reweigh everything just to double check. But again, depending upon your process of what you do, you may not need to do that. But just make sure that you keep track of those quantities and you put them into the spreadsheet.